those 911s or 311s is report plate. Good morning. Why is my house under state control? I've paid my bills. You can either unlock the property or find out why it was a bad idea to lose the PD's best pilot. Only a warning. You all are cowards. This was done on 2 days ago, 19th of October. Yesterday, when we were on duty, we were conducting an interview for our newest rookie, and in between, we received a 911 from an anonymous source saying, uh, OMG, some old man is lighting a fire at the observatory, send help. State grounds, we decided to go to there in all force. All of us marshal, we happened to find no one around, but what we found was a pile of ashes, and there was a badge in it, sort of burned, along with an ID. That ID, after examination and badge, we found out it returned to Jackie Snow. The numbers on it was still visible. So yeah, it come to Jackie Snow, and we tried to search the area for anything like that or any person that may have been overwatching us or anything like that. We didn't find anything. While we were in the Air One, this was around roughly 30 minutes. Jackie Snow 311 saying, "Can I buy a weapon license?" So the gesture that he has done at the observatory, it is on the southern part of the observatory overlooking the Los Santos and the skyline, and seems like he's leaving his old part or his, old life completely behind and moving on to something far more nefarious. So we don't know what we're expecting with this, but he is currently under a watch list, I should say, and there is no warrant placed for him. I don't know why, but there are warrants or bail conditions posted for the people that were involved in a hot pursuit, but not for Jackie Snow, and I don't even know if he's been provided with the other things. So right now, he is sort of a criminal. I mean, he is a criminal. Just charges needs to be go up for things to be more concrete. So one of the tasks that we have is to keep an eye on Jackie Snow. If you see him, I don't think we're gonna see him, but his associates too, which are the past, the ex troopers that you guys have more information on. There is a master document on it if you have information on it, because this will eventually turn into a manhunt.
Right.
Yep, we will be working with the PD, and the PD will be working with us in terms of trying to hunt down Snow for his charges. He has no SOL, just so you're aware. We also don't know what we will be dealing with. Additionally, to the Hydra affiliation that he has, who knows? He might be just Hydra at this point. So yeah, if you have any information regarding Jackie Snow and his affiliates and what he did in the past life, you can put in the master document. Currently, we have the allies watch list, which would be Emma DuPont, Jenny Hall, Olivia Copper, Davenport, Casterman, Fury.
You can add every member of Shift 1 in the past. Well, okay, let's ignore the past 5 years before, the collapse. Before then, pretty much every member of Shift 1 looked up to this man. Because he was the pinnacle of PD. He led that shift for 3 or 4 years, if not more. So if he wants, he's going to have loyalty from more police and ex-police than you can count. So it's not going to be possible for us to watch everybody. There are going to be people loyal to him inside the police department right now.
Okay. You're suspecting that Inner Circle or the PD there would be someone who would help him eventually. Suspected too.
I would imagine that if Snow would have reached out to someone who was from his time that is currently in the police department and asked something of them, there is a strong chance they would do it. That's the level of loyalty and leadership he had. Now, obviously, that depends on the kind of police officer they are, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Currently, there are no warrants placed against him. So
Why not?
I don't know. PD has not done it.
And when did this happen?
The raid took about 4 days ago,
Hello,
3 days ago.
Marshal's office.
Oh.
I need help.
What do you need help with, ma'am?
I made a murderer, and I don't know how to do interrogation.
Okay, well, go to the
Alright.
PD.
Okay.
I can handle it. That's fine.
You want to go help them?
Yeah, I can solo
Alright.
it. I'm perfectly fine with doing it.
All right. Sending a marshal. Take a marshal. Take a marshal.
He's from our time.
He was our time, Craig.
Yeah.
Him, Copper,
Don't take it upon yourself.
Soze,
Okay?
What do you mean?
you know,
Like-
these are all like, he was the chief of police, for God's sake.
One too sure, but you already have a lot
Nope.
going on.
I actually
He was
don't
a-
have
the
much
trooper.
going on anymore. I have one investigation now. If you look at my task
Wait,
list.
it's a serial killer stuff. Yeah, go do your thing.
Everyone thinks Soze was the trooper. It was
No, it was
Hey,
Snow.
thank you.
She's in the front. She's in the front. Go
Oh,
with her.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
work with her. Yeah.
It's a state master report.
Yes, there is. There is a master document, and there's two pending the two documents which are documenting the whole scene. So any
14024
information,
is the main one.
yeah, any information in relation to put your notes in there, so everyone that is going to be working on these cases, and we have to brief the PD about this. Would they need to have accurate information too, so they can work on it too?
So heads up, he has a state bar license currently on him.
Mm-hmm.
The
I don't
issue,
know if that grants him any access to anything.
Jackie Snow, over his tenure, was someone who, as much as he was firm, always had the respect of every gang that he dealt with, because he was firm and because everybody knew, how he did things. He gained their respect. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think if he asked for, some of those people he used to deal with, if he asked for their help, I reckon he'd get it. Because as much as he'd arrest them all the time, they were on good terms. That's why Hydra was someone he always got along with.
If Pred wins the North tomorrow, he's probably going to end up hiding up north.
Do you think Colpred would help him? What's the significance?
Oh, fuck yeah. Because Pred knew him, and Pred was the sheriff back then, and
Fred would absolutely help. Without that.
and Pred would do anything to fuck over the marshals and the
Exactly.
PD right now.
Not
Okay,
only because
Colpred.
they used to be cops together and, good friends, but also just because Pred's a cop turned criminal himself. Why would he not help someone like that? You know what I mean? He's done it before with Forte, right? The day after Forte got fired, what was he doing? He was riding with the besties from Pred.
Mm.
So why wouldn't he do with an old friend like Snow? What's Angel said
Alright.
about this?
She was surprised. I don't think she was even made aware of all the things that's happening in the past days due to the raid because, justice position. But she was briefed by, she's made aware of it, like the whole case surrounding the thing, so she can't really take the case, so she was very open to hear it. But yeah, I think it was sort of like, alright, okay, this is happening, I suppose.
11, can you jump on channel 4 real quick?
Send it.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Ow.
Do you feel comfortable doing it? Hey, friend. Noted. No worries. Okay, I was sort of like, I've been asking like people like, if he were to go to the safe house, if he were to pick a safe house, whether it's owned by someone or abandoned, where would he go? Because he's a pilot, he's a navigator, he would know where to go.
Could be literally fucking anywhere. I have
Exactly.
no idea.
So what would be the point of interest for a pilot, an ex-chief of
Okay,
police,
a
trooper,
few
whatever you call it?
a few locations of interest. Trooper PD, Poplar Street PD. That's one place that might be of interest to him. I'm gonna say this. Jackie's a very... I think in times like this, he can be a very nostalgic person.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly the burning of his badge was quite symbolic. And he wanted people to know about it. So
Mm-hmm.
not that I expect more of that from him, but he might be drawn to places such as Poplar PD. Listen, we gotta catch
Okay.
this guy. Like this
Well,
isn't a question. This is a guy. We haven't been. This is someone who has been. This guy is the cop. This guy was the cop. This was the trooper. Like, if this guy is turned to crime, we gotta make an example of this guy and show every other cop in this city what happens if you do this and what happens. You know, God, I fucking hate this shit, dude.
Yeah, what's gonna happen, Dark?
what's gonna happen?
You brought in prison. That's what's gonna happen.
Why?
Because the marshals are gonna find you. And we're gonna catch him. Because it doesn't fucking pay to turn your back on your job and your code of honor like every other cop in the city that gets left behind. And I'm sick and tired of seeing every colleague that used to work here doing the exact same thing. Especially someone like Snow.
Cool.
No way, that's not fucking cool.
No, I'm just acknowledging you.
What did he do that makes you think he should rot in prison for so long?
Didn't Anna just say that he was like stockpiling a bunch of shit for a gang?
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think he should get life for it?
No.
Well, you just said you wanted him to rot in prison.
I think he should do his time and in the process rot.
Oh, so you think he should suffer in prison?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, so I should have suffered in prison.
I think you did your time and
That's what I
suffered in
deserve
prison.
then. Yeah, I did do my time, and it meant fucking nothing.
What's your point, Craig?
Don't turn this into what y'all did to me. Don't do that same shit to Snow. He's gonna have his reasons, and sure, they're not gonna make any damn sense, but there's no reason to bury his ass under that fucking prison for that shit.
There's every reason to bury his ass under that prison. Just like there was every reason to bury your ass under that prison. And you've done the good thing and turned your life around. And if he does that too, then good for him.
I tried to do the good thing and turn myself in. I hope that the PD would have learned from that mistake and done better. Instead, they didn't teach a single person anything about what I did, what I unveiled that I took advantage of, and instead they swept under the rug and left me in there for 34 fucking years to rot. Didn't help anybody. I spent the last 7 years of my life sitting in my apartment, depressed out of my mind because I lost my job, my life, everything. And at least I could have been like, well, at least the police department made themselves better and learned something, but they didn't. They swept it under the rug. Not a single person was taught about it. And I got to deal all that extra time in prison that they promised me I wouldn't have to do by coming forward. I literally got nothing, no advantages by coming forward and teaching and trying to show everything up.
I'm gonna
I
cut both
argue,
of you off. Is this productive right now? One question. Is it adding up to anything to our casework or to our martial work? Because if I don't stop this right now, it's going to turn into something quite large. Because your morals and emotions are coming over.
yeah, my morals and emotions. I got court in 7 hours. I need to go get prepared and sleep.
Right.
Excuse me.
Good night. I appreciate you, but you need to be mindful of what you say to people. Not everyone's like you, Dark. People are going to think separate things and other things along with their police work and their ethics.
So I should just keep quiet and keep my opinions to myself?
No.
What then?
No. There are things which are personal to people sometimes, and he's got things that he's done, and he's known what he's done. Put yourself in Barrett's position and see how it feels.
I get that. But that's not going to change how I feel.
I know. But we have to put our differences aside and work on the thing that we have, the target.
I don't have any differences with Craig.
I mean, it can turn into a difference, that's a thing. It almost turned into one. But clearly it's important to him, if an acts just like it's important to you. All right.
All right.
Do you have anything else to add into this thing? In terms of safe houses, where would he go?
I'm trying to remember where he lived a long time ago. I mean, you can probably... Where's the charges? I need to see him.
For charges wise, I would advise you to look at the report 13975, which is going to the raid receipt. The raid receipt is split into two for some goddamn fucking reason. And it's a plethora of things, and I think they're still sorting out the charges.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
$263. Okay, wait. This is.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Does the name John Doe mean anything to you?
Just a placeholder. Why?
What about James Rooker?
Never heard of him.
Elizabeth Remington?
Heard of her as someone who worked in the PD. In passing, though, don't know much about her.
Three police officers, or ex-police officers, the Hydra have murdered or suspected to have murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, here I am looking at the ex-chief of police being the clean guy for their gang.
Hmm. I haven't looked in the raid receipt or any sort of documentation, but I'm sure I was seeing Frost documenting the guns and running them. I don't see the guns coming back to anything, though.
I'm not about bringing it back. John
Mm,
Doe died like 7 years ago.
okay.
My point is, I'm pretty sure Snow was at his funeral. And they were charged with his murder. My point is, he knew they did it. And they were charged for it, and yet here he is doing this. I don't understand it.
Can I ask you something, since you knew him better than anyone?
Yeah.
Or me, at least. Why would he... What's the breaking point? There has to be something, because the thing that he just did yesterday seems like a goodbye, you know? Has he
This
always
is
been like this?
just the thing. I couldn't even dream of something that could happen like this. I cannot fathom a situation in which he would turn to these people and think that this was a good idea. Even, getting denied from the police department. I've always known Jackie Snow to be an honourable officer. One of the most. As much as me and him have disagreed on things in the past, I've always kind of looked up to him. And so have so many others. Like, if you did a survey for Shift 1 officers over the years, even for people who might have applied to the PD. The amount of people that might have said that Jackie Snow was an inspiration to apply to the PD would be probably way more than anybody else. So, I genuinely cannot think of a reason. I cannot. And maybe that's me. Maybe that's a me issue. I don't know.
All right. Hello.
Report for
Good morning,
duty.
Alfred. How are you?
Tired.
Yeah, I can hear. We were just discussing a case. You're welcome to join.
Wait. I think look at my stuff first. I'll come back.
All right. So, one of the things that Daisy mentioned is we should be looking out for the people, his associates, ex-troopers, that would
Mhm.
potentially help him. Not to tip them off on what has happened or like to talk to them, but to observe in what activities they are now involved in. Because I don't think we have, or Daisy have seen Emma DuPont. We have no way of knowing who Olivia Copper is, but she's apparently batshit crazy. Davenport is a name that I've seen in the PD dispatch. Costerman, never heard of him. Fury, never heard of him. I've added Brittany Angel for the memes, but you never know. Kyle Pred. And yeah, and Jenny Hall. I believe Jenny Hall was tweeting yesterday, so she is around.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong about any of those names, I'll be honest. They were all in the troopers together. Close. I'll be
So
honest,
he's
any ex-cop that is currently a criminal should really be on our radar. Or just any ex-cop that is not employed by the PD should be on our radar. To be honest.
all right.
I mean, let's... Okay, let's do... Okay, no, don't do it like that. Let's do priority list.
Okay.
So these top ones are high priority. These are the ones that are likely closest with him.
Let's mark them then, because we'd
So,
be adding
do-
more names and it would be hard to.
Okay, let's do it like this. Hold on. And then I guess we will just do Brittany Angel Carpred. We'll just do a list of names down here.
Okay.
Okay, you type, I'll say names, okay? So Brittany Angel Carpred. Ziggy Bugs. Louise Campbell is another one.
Oh,
Plop Dugong isn't employed anymore.
all right.
Who else? You've already said Fury. You've already said Jenny. Who have I seen kicking about?
What were the ex-troopers?
Ex-troopers. Snow. This is the thing. Snow's always his
Okay.
first name. Snow Copper. Soze. Kale Soze. They weren't as close, so put them in the same area as Angel, I reckon.
Okay.
Winston Walker.
Okay.
God, this is too fucking many, man. I'm just gonna have to go through my phone list. I'm going through my phone right now. I don't know how close they were, but I know, put Ingvar Folk on there. I know he's an ex-cop, but I don't know, I can't remember if him and Jackie, I remember Jackie FDOing him. And put Ingvar Folk on there. Because I know he has a relation to the besties, same as Kyle Pred, so he could be dangerous if, you know. But I don't know whether he still, you know, has a connection with Jackie at all. I don't think Odessa's worth adding, I'll be honest. Fuck me. I don't like adding this name. Law Enforcer.
All right.
I haven't seen her in a very long time, and I very much doubt she would ever do anything. Is Greenway currently employed in the PD?
Yes.
Even so, I think he's someone who definitely, I think, looked up to Snow. I think. I could be wrong about that, but put him on the list.
All right.
We've got Jenny Hall. Beric, I don't think Beric. I don't think Beric and
Barrett
Snow.
Johnson.
Yeah, Beric Johnson. I don't think him and Snow were. I don't think so. I don't want to just make leaps and bounds.
Okay.
Tessa Lamb. She's a criminal. And they were,
Right.
you know, I don't think they ran into each other that much, but they definitely had a relationship.
Okay. What was the relation though?
She was the park ranger, you know, the head of the, you know, park ranger division. He was the head of the troopers. They worked together under the state, so they had a pretty close relationship.
Okay. So the state
Professionally,
employees.
yeah. I hate that.
Okay.
We got. There might be some more. Okay, put Ellis Pinzone on there because I think him and Snow might have been pretty. I think they always had a pretty good work relationship. I don't know whether that went any further.
Mm-hmm.
Pinzone's still employed with the PD, and Pinzone, last time he was in the office, threatened to carpet bomb the place. So, you know, just put him on there. Oh, for fuck's sake, Conan Clarkson. Put Conan Clarkson on there, please. Any chance of doing something criminal or illegal, he's normally first to jump at the bit.
Okay.
Nancy Rhee. She's a doctor, but she is an ex-cop, and was pretty close with Snow. They had a pretty good relationship. Don't exactly put Elizabeth Remington on there. I guess, like, Snow's... I don't even know if I can say Snow's gang, but they killed her. I don't think he'd do anything but Matt Rhodes.
All right.
He was a trooper, and they were close.
Are these all the people that were in the working relation with him?
Matt Rhodes, I'd put him on high priority.
Okay. I need to know if he had any family.
Jackie?
Yes.
Yes, he had a brother. But what his name was, I can't remember. He had a brother that walked around like an astronaut, and I can't remember what his name was. It was
These are
Matthew.
all the
fuck's
people that we
sake.
think is related and affiliated with the police work in some shape or form. I need to know about his family. We don't know. We just know he has a brother, business working relation, because I've been told that he had some sort of a flight school.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I've got everybody from my list first.
Okay.
And I also will dig up some more names because I definitely have some. There'll definitely be some more that I've forgotten that I can dig up for you. Oh shit! Here's another one. Sharon Quinn.
Who is Sharon?
Ex LSPD officer. Who was fantastic and looked up to Snow a lot. I think under leadership. Definitely
Okay.
the kind of loyal officer, ex-officer that would probably help him out. I'm just looking. Him and Eugene Zuckerberg were always pretty weird, like not weirdly close, but in like a they always had a relationship from a crime, that kind of. I don't know whether you want criminals on this list, but
We would have to as a criminal. He's a criminal now. He's going to leverage every sort of relationship he had with these people. This is just a part of his relationship.
there is someone I could expect Snow to even expect. Like if Eugene knew that Snow was on the run, I think Eugene would reach out. I'll be honest. What is this song? Oh, I just remembered somebody else. What was his first name? I can't remember his first. It was Jim? No. All I remember is Wide. Underwood. Trooper Underwood, but I can't remember his first name. Everybody called him Widewood. Another one. Connor Stubble. Again, this is another one I don't think will do anything, but it's someone to keep an eye out for. This is what I mean. There's an endless list of names of people that could help him. Fuck. Now I'm just thinking of. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I haven't even said the worst ones.
Go on.
A bit of backstory. Jackie Snow used to be in the military. A very long time ago. He served in the military. He was in NATO. And when he served in NATO, he operated with some people. And some of those people came to the PD with him. A couple of those names are Vladimir Raven and Owen Svensson. Those people need to be top priority. Because if those people get involved, we are in a lot of trouble.
Do you know what regiment he was in?
Sorry, Clay?
Do you know what regiment he was in?
I can't remember. I'll be honest. I think they might have been in an armored regiment. I remember them being in a. I remember a story about them being in a tank and having to blow up a position, and there was a lot of civilians involved. There's some horror stories that I've heard from those guys. Bad ones.
Why were they criminals from the beginning?
Svensson and Raven, yes. I think they were. I think they might have been dishonorably discharged for breaking the Geneva Convention. Anyway, I don't know that for sure, but if they, yeah, let's hope they don't get involved. Yeah,
All right.
okay? Let's leave those for names for now,
Why?
because I can't remember anything else. You asked about yes, he used to own, probably about 6 years ago now. He owned a company called AirX, which was a flight school at the airfield, the airport up in, Blaine County, the big one, or the airbase, where he would train people to fly. He had a bunch of employees. It was state granted. It was his own business. That's where everybody got their pilot's license and everything.
Mhm.
So,
So these are our police officers and police affiliations, government, I should say.
mhm.
I need you to tell me if he had any civilian relations with people, any business partners, any
Fuck.
could be anyone, people he knew, people he met, friends.
I know he dealt with Cerberus when he was... So, because he operated the... So, when he was PD, he operated the flight... he dealt with everything like Air 1, but he also dealt with the jets. So, we had the fighter jets, which had the rockets attached. So, in doing so, his job was to purchase those rockets from a company called Cerberus. Now, don't ask me where they got the rockets from, but, I accompanied him on one of these, so I know roughly how it happened, but he would get money from the mayor's office to purchase a certain amount of rockets, or missiles, whatever you want to call them, and then he would go and purchase them from a storage location, and he purchased them from Cerberus, this company. Cerberus was owned and operated by Lang Buddha, and also some names. So it's definitely owned by Lang Buddha. Other names I know who were involved was Eve Summers and Nancy... Fuck, I don't know her surname. Nancy something. It wasn't Nancy, was it? Why do I keep saying Nancy Drew? It's not fucking Nancy Drew. What the fuck's her name? I can't remember her name. Nancy something. No, I can't remember. Nancy... Yeah, I can't remember Nancy's name. Definitely Lang Buddha, Eve Summers, and Nancy was involved in there, and then somebody else. those are the big names that I can remember being involved in Cerberus. Oh, and Mr. I know. Was Leslie Limburg? Maybe I'm misremembering. Either way, those were the big names that were involved in that. Cerberus. Other civilian relationships. I mean, he had a lot, I'll be honest, when it came to Eric's.
Was he the owner of AirX?
He was the owner of Eric's, yeah.
Do you know his business structure of AirX?
I can't recall the business structure of Eric's, I'll be honest.
People who might be in his business, his close associates, would, quote unquote, if I were to be on a run, I would transfer my banks and financials and things to people who I would trust with money, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So if he has accountants, if he had anyone trustworthy, business partners, anything like that, I would put them in this list too, if there are any that we know.
I remember he ran it with somebody else, but I can't remember who that person is. I'll be straight with you. I'm trying to remember, but I'm drawing a blank. I know someone who might know. I could ring my daughter who might know, because she was definitely involved in a lot of that stuff back then, with the civilian side of things. But one, I don't know whether she's around anymore, and two, obviously I'd be, that would be a leak of information asking about Jackie Snow.
I don't want to bring anyone from the outside
I didn't think
at the
so.
moment.
Okay. I was just an option and thought I'd ask anyway.
Okay. Gang relations, criminal relations.
Okay. Gang relations, obviously
Who would you
Hydra.
rely on? Hydra. Yep.
Let me go down the gang dossier and I'll tell you.
If it's not even the whole gang, if there's a member of that gang,
Members
a
of
leader
the gang.
perhaps, or things like that.
Okay. I don't think he was particularly close to BBMC. Forehead, I think he got along pretty well with, I'll be honest. I don't know whether that was like I think there was a pretty, friendly relationship. I don't know whether he'd rely on Forehead. But it was definitely a friendly relationship.
We should also value the people that would take the fall for him. The muscle that is willing to take the bullet.
Right.
So I do think besties / forehead are people that would take the bullet.
Maybe. I don't know for sure, I'll be honest. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a I really don't know. Oh my god, Alex fucking Suarez. There's another one. There's another
Who
trooper.
is that?
That's an ex-cop turned member of Chang Gang, who would absolutely help Snow out. Put him on the ex-cop list.
Right.
Oh, I've got another person too. Bobby Russell, who now goes by Natasha Russell. So do Natasha Russell underneath the cop associates. She's a member of Chaos Legion MC now. That's another one. Just a whole server on the list. That's what you get when you play a character that everybody fucking likes, man. I can't believe this. I'm fucking... Right. What the fuck, dude? This is crazy. Sorry, I'm going down the gangs and just having a look. I mean, Cyprus, that's... Do we know who the leader of Cyprus or anything is, or who... I know I've seen some members.
Are you
But-
aware of the investigation that we have going on in Cyprus?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm just gonna... I don't think... Okay, actually, I've just seen
It
a group.
dates back all the way to January, and what we know is it's led by it's a collective, it's an organization led by 4 people, and they refer themselves as Dons. We got this information from a book which dates back to January that we found through subpoenas. In that
Okay.
book, it states who are these Dons. Lang Buddha is one of
Oh,
them.
yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, Lang... Was it Tony...
Lang,
Speedy...
Tony, Spady, and I believe there was a Harry Brown.
Harry Brown?
I can be wrong.
Okay, I know that Snow is probably pretty friendly, at least with at least 3 of those, 3 out of 4 of those. Whether that would mean that they'd help him out, I don't know, but he'd definitely be friendly with at least 3 out of 4 of those. Diamond Dogs. This is a group that I think would likely go out of their way to help Snow. This is one of those where it's not necessarily that I think that they're super close with Jackie. It's just that the Diamond Dogs being Bree Dancleaf, Conor McGregor, Lizzie Bone. They're a bunch of psychopaths who, if they see a cop like Snow has turned to the dark side, they're going to latch onto that and want to help him no matter what.
Are they afraid of taking a fall?
Absolutely not. They don't give a flying fuck.
There we go.
I did hear a rumor from a source I'm not going to name a while ago as well that not necessarily the Diamond Dogs, but a group associated with the same members might have been that Jenny Hall might have been involved in some capacity as well. Completely unconfirmed. But definitely, I don't know whether it was the Diamond Dogs or another group, and I can't remember the name of it. I don't know what they called themselves. Whatever the other group is that Reed was involved with was basically Jenny Hall was suspected of being involved in a leadership capacity. And it was I never got any kind of confirmation on that. It's something I've been like keeping my ear to the ground for, but I've heard nothing. Hades, I don't think so. I'll be honest. Though, this is the thing with Snow. He's very friendly with a lot of people. Hydra's obviously.
I think the thing is with the stature that he had, it's like if he asks someone, the answer is going to be a yes. So
Right.
yeah, everyone is going to help him, but we need to narrow ourselves down to who he will likely ask the help from.
Right. Okay. Here's another group that if they're... Okay. I haven't seen this group around, so I'm not going to even bring them up. I was going to bring up the Lost MC, because if people like Rudy, if Rudy Rinson was around, I think that would somebody he would ask for help from. But I don't think
Who is Rudy Rinson?
Rudy Rinson is/was, I don't know, the president of the Lost MC here in Los Santos.
Okay.
And him and Jackie were very close. Maybe that's someone to just put on the list. but not obviously put a gang or anything. If Rudy shows up, then obviously that's something we can escalate. But Rudy Rinson's definitely someone to keep an eye out for. I've got another ex-cop for you to add to the list that would likely have loyalties to Snow. Yeah, there's so fucking many. You ready?
Go on.
Samantha Morningstar.
All right. She's stupid though, so I don't expect her to really do well. Okay.
Alright.
Anyone else?
Other gangs, I think the Vargos has pretty much dissolved and reformed too many times for anybody specifically to kind of stand out for Snow compared to his heyday. You know what I mean? Now I think, yeah, the only gangs specifically at this point would be obviously Hydra, and then yeah, maybe Besties if him and Forehead are close, and then Diamond Dogs if the rumor or the information I heard is credible with Jenny Hall. I don't know if the name is Diamond Dogs, whatever that group is. And obviously if Rudy turns up, then Lost MC. Because I think Rudy would fight tooth and nail for Snow. Because those two were always very, very close in a way. They had a lot of respect for each other.
Okay. Snow regarded himself as the best pilot. I'm assuming he led the and he had a flight school. I believe he, what do you call it, led the air division in the PD.
Yeah, that's accurate.
In this list that we have, who were the pilots in PD? Who he roamed the airs? Who were his navigators? Who were his go-to pilots? Who were his everything?
Emma DuPont was a pilot. Copper was a pilot. Emma was as well. Jenny, I don't think so. Davenport, I think, was a pilot. Castleman was a pilot, and a good one at that. Fury, I think, was a pilot, definitely, but I think he liked to stay on the ground. He was definitely definitely an interceptor driver as well. Angel, same as Fury. Definitely pilot, but mainly an interceptor driver, I think. Pred was, appalling in a helicopter.
High command.
Yeah, he was appalling.
Yeah,
I think he learned to fly and in like the last year of him being the sheriff, and he crashed a lot. Ziggy Bugs was a pilot.
These are his insurance. Does that make sense? If he is not with the muscle, he's going to be with people that is going to take him out. By take him out, like take him out of the situation.
What's Louise? Let me think. I can't know for sure whether Louise was or not, so I'm not going to say yes. Flop. I think Flop could fly Air 1, so put pilot.